Hey friends, it's Tracy. Welcome to my 2021 Christmas in July crafting series. I wanted to inspire you a bit, do the Christmas in July again. It was a hit last year. So this year is no different. It's complete with the cheesy twinkling lights and my flip-flop Santa. So grab a cold drink and let's get started. Tracy, I am sharing this gingerbread craft decor with you today. I am just kind of going over and sharing some of the supplies that I'm using here in this craft. I ended up not using the glistened sticks from the Dollar Tree, but almost everything else I did use. So this video, I will show you how I painted the gingerbread man, how I painted the sign, and how I put everything together. So let's go ahead and get started. This little wooden gingerbread man is from the Dollar Tree, and it has the raised areas on the back, but I don't want to use that. I am going to actually use the smooth side where it doesn't have any of the raised parts. I'm using some of this spackle patch from the Dollar Tree just to fill that small hole at the top so that it's all smooth. I gave my gingerbread man 2 coats of brown acrylic paint. You can use any color of brown that you want. My favorite for my gingerbread man is this milk chocolate. It's an Americana brand, but depending on what brand of paint you use will depend on the names of the different paints, but I like this brown color. Once I give my gingerbread man 2 coats of the brown paint and it's dry, then I am doing some shading. I want to give a bit of definition and depth to my gingerbread man. And as you can see there, if I mess up a little bit, a baby wipe is one of my best friends and best tools in my craft room. Anyway, so I'll just continue to shade that around there until I like the look of it. The next step I'm giving some cheeks, and I'm just using some barn red or a deep red for my gingerbread for the cheeks, and I like to use a stencil brush and I kind of stipple it on. I do lighter at first until I kind of get the look that I'm going for, and so then I'll just continue to stipple on and until I like the look that I want. And then next I'm gonna draw some eyes, and I usually start out with my black Sharpie marker. With the eyes, I make like an almond shape, kind of, have them together at the top. That's just the look that I like. I start with a black Sharpie marker, and then I go back and then I will do paint, for the eyes. Then I have a very thin old brush that I've had for many years that I just do little eyelashes. I like my little faces to be cute and have cute little expressions, and I achieve that with just the little brushes that I have. And I'll also add some eyelashes, some eyebrows, and then I'll do just a little mouth. I'll just draw that little mouth on with my black Sharpie marker. My sign, I'm using a 7x3 inch wood plaque. I get them at Walmart. I know Dollar Tree has them in the Crafter Square section. Hobby Lobby has them in their unfinished wood section. There are different places that have these wood planks if you're interested in them. Okay, I'm just taking my paintbrush and my True Red Americana paint. It's just a red paint, and I'm just going to give it a border. I just, take my paintbrush and I just go around the border. You can use a ruler to, mark it off if you don't feel confident in, painting the little border. And then in between the coats to help dry it, I use my heat tool and just dry it up so that I can give it 2 coats of paint. Then I'll use my little liner brush and some white paint and just go around and give it some white dashes or stripes or whatever you want to call them. I just like that look. Then I'm going to use my 1/2 inch flat paintbrush and some milk chocolate brown paint and do some shading around the edges of where the white paint meets the red paint, and I like that look. It just gives a little bit more depth and character to my projects. I'm going to hand letter Merry Christmas on this sign, and when I got to the M in Christmas, I got it a little bit closer together than what I wanted to. This isn't my best brush. I should have used a different brush, but anyway, I'm going to show you how I fix it if my letters get a little bit too close, as you can see here. And I'm going to go ahead and add a button to the eye. And so at first I was like, I was going to scratch this and repaint it. But then I was like, you know what? This will give me an opportunity to share with my viewers how I correct something if my painting doesn't come out the way that I want it to. And so anyway, I'm just, putting hand lettering that on there and just putting some dots on the ends of the letters because I like my happy dots. Okay, this is what I was talking about. My M is a little bit too close, so I just take some of that off-white paint and just go through and just with my liner brush. And my favorite brushes are linked in my Amazon store, and you can find the link in the description. Just underneath this video, there's a description box. It might be a little triangle or an arrow or something. If you click that little arrow, it will expand the box. Going to add some splatter paint to my projects. I like that look. I achieve it just with an old stencil brush and a stick. I just run it across the brush. Some friends have shared that they use their fingers across the brush, or they'll use an old toothbrush, a toothpick, anything like that to achieve this look. That's just, entirely a personal preference. And then I'll just go around my gingerbread man as well as my sign, and I will give it extra doodling with my To decorate my gingerbread man, I have one of the garland ties from the Dollar Tree, and to get it to stay on my gingerbread, I have my crocodile, and I'm using the larger hole punch. And I am just figuring out here, I want it to look like the garland, or like the gingerbread man is holding the garland. And so I'm just punching holes in like where the hands are, where it looks like he's holding the garland. And then I will just thread that through, and then I'm going to decorate the garland with some pip berries, some rusty jingle bells, some I added some buttons, and make it look really cute. Oh, and some fabric ribbon. I just cut strips of fabric and tied them onto the garland. I did this part on my Facebook, Country Charm by Tracy Facebook page. So I have a Facebook Live. I will have a link in the description below as an option if some of my friends want to see that whole entire thing, where I'm live chatting with whoever was, popping on the video. I know here on YouTube that a lot of people don't like the chatting and all of that stuff, so that's why I tried to trim this down and just show exactly how I did this gingerbread craft. So what I'm doing here is I cut strips of fabric, and then I cut smaller strips, and I'm tying them on the garland, 4 little ties where it looks like bows on the gingerbread garland. Then I will add some pip berries. The garland strand, the one with the little rusty jingle bells, I got from Joann's, and then the pip berries I got from Hobby Lobby in the miniature ornament section. For the sign that I'm using is one left over from the Dollar Tree. It was from summer, and I just sanded off the majority of the glitter. The paper is from Hobby Lobby, and I just measured it and just cut it to fit. And I'm going to layer with my or actually attach that with my adhesive tape glider. It is just double-sided tape, and it's just a holder that you can put your tape in and you can glide it. It is linked in my Amazon store, or you can find them at the craft store, or different places. And so I just use it to attach the paper to my sign. So then once I do that, then I'm going to add some shading with my Vintage Photo Distress ink. And then once I do that, then I will add some green rickrack and continue with then putting on my gingerbread. For my hanger, I am using some wire that I got at Michael's in the floral section, and I'm just using some beads. Now, I got these wooden beads. The brown and the red are from Walmart in the Christmas section, and the larger natural one is from Hobby Lobby. I got those on sale from the fall season. And so then I am just threading on. I'll show a picture here to share exactly how my beads looked on my sign. Now it's time to work on the bow, and I'm just cutting strips of that same fabric and then also using some ribbons. Now I get most of my ribbons either from Hobby Lobby, Walmart, or Dollar Tree, and I like the burlap from the Dollar Tree. I'm just cutting off a piece of that. I'm just making a messy bow, junk bow, refab bow, whatever you want to call it. I'm just making a bow for my hanger. And then I just kind of just tear off or just cut off pieces of the ribbon. And for the center bow, that ribbon is from Hobby Lobby, and I just use my tiny attacher just to put a little staple in the middle. If you follow me for any length of time, you know that I love my little tiny attacher. And then I just gather everything together, and I put it together first, and then I said I wanted to put some green in there, so I untwisted it. I used a pipe cleaner to twist everything together, but I just cut off strips of that rickrack and just included it in the bow, and I think it looks really cute.